Hello, everyone. It is time for Lawyer again. Hello, we are back to Lawyer. We are back to Lawyer after a... AJ, what's up? After a day of break, and also me being at the St. Louis Zoo for what felt like a total of 30 minutes, we're back to Lawyer. Back to episode 2 of Lawyer. Yes, I would like to start playing from this save game data, of course. Alright, last time on Lawyer. I think they will maybe recap? No, they will just shoot us. Because this still sounds like gunshots. This will never not sound like gunshots. 22nd November, 1:14 p.m. I have been good, Jay. How are you? Supreme Court of Judicature, Courtroom 2. So last time on Lawyer, we found out the main character has been accused of murder. And we are definitely trying to prove, and he also just chose to defend himself instead of his friend defending him, who is an actual certified lawyer in 1800s, which was like not hard to do in the 1800s in Japan apparently, because there was no such thing as a lawyer a lot of the time, I guess. I don't know, man. Why is the judge a vampire? That's just how people in that time period dressed in Japan. I don't know, man. No idea. Well, I understand you are the judicial assistant to the defense, but why the sudden ingress into my courtroom? Ha! A judicial assistant, and a woman no less. Remember, this is the 1800s. So, Euchi, the descendant of the Payne family, literally looks the exact same as every person in the Payne family in this series. Oh, hold on. I have just realized I have not done something. Boop. Perfect. A judicial assistant and a woman no less. The rules state that females are not permitted into the court of law other than to testify. God.
Yes, I fully understand that. I only ask for 5 minutes of time. I have some vital evidence that I must hand over to the defense.
You're too late, little girl. The trial has already been concluded. 5 minutes. I will not allow a moment more. But, Your Excellency!
I am most grateful.
Who exactly are you?
I'm sorry. There's no time. Please, simply accept this for now.
What is it? A report about something? Written in English?
It's Giselle Brett's research.
The Englishwoman's?
After the trial resumed earlier, I hurried back to the university. I went to Dr. Wilson's laboratory in the medical facility and borrowed this paper.
Oh, I see. Borrowed. Well, I mean, you know, that's a standard for Ace Attorney games. They a lot of the time they just kind of borrow evidence. Standard for the Ace Attorneys. Kind of just borrow evidence. Oh yes, that's right. Miss Brett was studying under the professor, wasn't she? So, does this research, whatever it is, have something to do with the case?
I'm afraid I don't know. I haven't been able to listen to the proceedings of the trial myself.
Oh, no, of course not. Yeah, she's been stealing that journal. Sorry, borrowing that journal. Special characteristics of curare and its effects on human subjects. Interesting. Curare? What's that? I've never heard that word before. Time's up! The prosecution demands the immediate removal of this female trespasser from the courtroom. I hate Pain. I hate the Pain family. You're not supposed to like the Pain family. There's bugs, little gnats in my room. Don't know why.
There was too little time for me to read it in detail, but I've summarized what I could on the note just inside the cover. If you think it could be valuable, please cast your eye over it.
You mean read it? Ah, thank you for the bits. Thanks for the bits, Jay. I need to get an actual bit alert. That's just a standard bit alert. Ugh. I really should just have my regular alerts play for bits. Oh god. Hold on. Oh no. Oh no. Jay, why? For those who can't. Oh no. For those who are watching the VOD, or for some reason can't see the chat, Jay has just redeemed Kermit, Old Man, Skeletor, and Smoker Grandmother. Hi, Batata. How are you doing? You're just in time for chaos. How the fuck am I gonna do this? Smoker. Okay. Fuck, hold on. Let me get the timer ready at least. Jesus fucking Christ. You were a madman! You mad lad! 2 minutes of fucking chaos. That is exactly what I feel. Balls. Bugs are getting on my nerves. Jesus Christ. So that's Kermit the Frog, Older Man, Skeletor, and Oh god, of course you fucking... Of course you did, that Smoker Grandmother. That is the one voice. That's the one voice that's just it's gonna dominate it. Hold on. All right. So let's start with the bass. Let's start with the bass of Smoker Grandmother. Let's start with that bass. And then we'll turn it into old man Smoker Grandmother. And then we'll redeem Skeletor. He-Man. Oh, God, this is going to be the worst 2 minutes of my life. Okay, Skeletor, Smoker Grandma. Alright, and then, hold on. Maybe if we start with the base of Smoker Grandmother, and then we do Kermit the Frog here, and then we go into fuck me. All right. Smoker Grandmother, Kermit the Frog here. Old man Kermit the Frog and Skeletor. What the fuck is this voice? Oh god. You know what? I'm just gonna fucking go with it as we go. Timer starts. Now, Kermit the Frog here is an old man and also He-Man. If you think it could be valuable, please cast your eye over it, He-Man. This is wonderful. This is horrible. Thank you. Jay, Jay, as a young whippersnapper, you should know. Means wet-ass pussy. It also means wrong-ass pinions and weak-ass Pokemon. It means a lot of things. Jazale's report has been entered into the court. This is just Yoda with a raspy voice. Really, that's what all this is. Kermit the Frog here. Why are there so many bugs? Jesus Christ. Goodbye then, and good luck. You have had long enough, Council. He-Man, we cannot detain our English guest any longer. Ellipses. I ask the prosecution and the defense now one last time. Does either side have any further evidence to present to the court? I presume not, but... The prosecution has made its case long enough. He-Man. Enough already. Nothing more to add, Your Excellency. Ryunosuke, we're out of options here. This really is our very last chance. Jay? Thank you for the bits. Thank you. Thank you for redeeming channel points. Very fun. God damn it, that was the weirdest thing I've ever had to do. It just ended up being Yoda, but more raspy. And me saying He-Man every two seconds. Trying to remind myself I had Skeletor in there as well. Your Excellency, the defense does have new evidence. That look. He-Man? The unyielding stare of a true Japanese warrior. I have changed the judge's voice. Well, Miss Brett?
Yes, okay, where is the British accent? Yes, Your Excellency.
These bugs! Ma, they following me, Ma. Who's following you? The bugs. The bugs. Love that vine. Such a good vine. British, yes. Perhaps you could grace us with your presence a little longer.
It's a delightful invitation, but I'm afraid it's not so very long until tea time. I do have to politely decline.
Forgive me, Miss Brett. It seems I wasn't clear. I realize I phrased it as a question. It's good to be back. However, I must ask you to treat that as an order.
I've said it many times before, but the Japanese language makes no sense.
Neither does the English language, lady. But no one seems to complain. Actually, everyone complains, even the people who speak English. Hello, my name is Markiplier. So, the council. What is the new evidence to demand the court's attention? I need to examine this first. I need to know what the fuck's in here. Detailing an unknown poison. Miss Brett has been researching during her time at Yuma University. Poison made from the bark of certain trees and jungles of South America. The hunters of the region have used it since ancient times to incapacitate their prey. Effects: instant paralysis of the entire body and subsequent death. Route of entry: the above-mentioned effects occur when the poison enters the body through a wound, such as that inflicted by a blowpipe dart. Okay, so if the doctor, the British man, if he drank it, then that wouldn't have worked, would it? Or does ingesting it? No, they said, because it wouldn't enter the bloodstream. Hold on. Due to its practical applications, due to its ability to render the human body paralytic, believe the toxin it can have application as an anesthetic. However, a solution for the respiratory arrest caused as a result of the food body paralysis must be found first. The patients would die of suffocation. Why are there so many bugs? Get out of here! Don't want you here! Sorry. Well, we'll see. Well, we do gotta present this.
Yes!
Miss Giselle Brett, we understand you are studying under Dr. Wilson at the Yuma University, doing research. Ellipses. Research, by sheer coincidence perhaps, into a deadly poison. What? Poison? Where are you going with this, Counsel? A toxin known as curare, Your Excellency. Even the slightest amount of this deadly poison entering the body leads to instant death. Where are these bugs being harbored? So that I can immediately throw it out. I thought it was just going to be a few little gnats here and there. This is bad. Walls. I must dispose of the walls. Open air streaming, everyone. Let's go.
Objection!
What a complete and utter nonsense! Curare, you say? I've never even heard of it because it's a South American poison. You wouldn't have done. What do you mean? I mean that you wouldn't have heard of curare before for one very simple reason. It doesn't exist in our country. It doesn't exist? Murder, yes. It doesn't exist? God damn it, of course. I should have expected sheesh to be brought up at least once in the chat by you. You're young enough to get that meme. Your generation started that meme, I believe. Your generation. The child says sheesh. Correct, which means no matter what tests the police can do for toxins, they'd never identify curare. Why? Because there is no test available here that can identify the presence of this highly deadly poison. What? Order, order, order. Counsel, does this deadly poison truly exist? According to this report, authored by the visiting research student from England, imagine being old and taxes. I don't have to imagine that, Jay. I don't have to imagine that. I need a screen. I need to set up a screen where it's just my camera. I can just go, I don't have to imagine that, because I live it, you know? I am Elder Toguro. I am the one who can stretch his body. Yeah, that's Elder Toguro, yes. I completely forgot that was Elder Toguro. Curare has long been used as by the tribe people of South America as a poison to lace their arrows. It seems that it's reasonably well known among European doctors and scientists.
To lace their arrows?
The report states that it is produced from the extract of a tree that grows deep in the Amazonian jungle, and it was first brought back to Europe at the turn of the century by explorers. It claims that animals shot by arrows laced with this curare suffer instant death. Tree moment. You're talking about all these moments like woman moment and tree moment. What about mug moment? Got anything to say about the mug moments? Mug moment. Mug. I wasn't even there for that meme, I just saw the highlights. Oh, Joel. Old Nick moment. Bug moment. Bug, yes, bug moment. Although, I have not seen them flying around since I jinxed it. I should know better. Fuck. One just flew right and got it right in front of my eyes like, I'm still here, motherfucker. I'm still here. Don't think you've gotten rid of me, sucker. Doesn't that about sum it up, Miss Brett? Hold on, let me attempt to do his face. Hold on. I need to put my face cam somewhere else. I just don't know where to put it that wouldn't interfere with something in this game. I'm clapping. Trumpery? What? The fuck does trumpery mean? Hold on. This requires looking up. I want to know what it means, so if it is bad, I may insult the orange man. Hate. What is going on with these bugs? Both work. Noun, attractive articles of little value or use. Adjective, showy but worthless. These aspirations are utter trumpery. To start with, if the victim had been administered some... wonder if that's why the... wonder what that says about the man. To start with, if the victim had been administered some of this so-called deadly poison, he would have been squirming and writhing in pain. The other diners would have surely noticed. No. Hold on. Poison does not cause squirming or writhing usually, does it? That also might just be, you know, the way they use it in Hollywood. But you know, hold on, let me turn to my mic 1 second. Okay. Alright. But I've surely noticed. Bugs. That's true. What do you say to that, Inspector? Obviously, I would have noticed a disturbance like that. you see me just swatting my hands around, it's bugs. It's bugs. It's mugs. These ugly mugs. I need flypaper in my room. I need flypaper in my room now. I don't remember anything like that either. Didn't notice Professor in any kind of pain. Did you read the note, Ryunosuke? According to this, however, it is the other way around. What do you mean the other way around? The very fact that this victim didn't show any visible signs of distress is evidence that curare was used. Explain yourself, Counsel. The moment that... I love the animation of Ryunosuke looking through papers. The moment this toxin enters a person's system, it causes instant paralysis. In other words, afflicted victims lose all strength and are completely unable to move. Even if they were in total agony, there would be no visible signs of pain at all. Good God. How terrible. Obviously, if a man lost all strength in his muscles, he'd collapse on the floor. But with a chair under him for support, as Dr. Wilson did, the effects would go largely unnoticed. But I don't follow, Kazuma. That's just paralysis. I thought the poison caused instant death. Ryunosuke, did you read? I read it for you. Did you read? Did you read it? Or did you just let Kazuma handle it? You're the lawyer here. Well, technically Kazuma's the lawyer here, but you know. The full explanation is extremely unpleasant. The poison causes immediate paralysis, as I said, leaving the victim unable to move. But after a short time, the paralysis is so severe it causes the muscles that control respiration to fail. Respiration? In other words, the actual cause of death is suffocation. Think that he's illiterate. He's in college. He's in college. He can't be illiterate. He is in college. Illiterate people usually do not make it into college because college requires reading. Yes? No. I have warheads. These are sour. Extremely sour.
You want some warheads? No?
Okay, that's all I have in here. College is for dumbasses. Well... yeah. And all the while, the victim is conscious and aware, just unable to move. That's hideous. That was my mother. She was asking for sweet things because my sister wanted sweet things. My sister's in town, by the way. That's exactly why we went to the St. Louis Zoo. To the observer, it would look almost like the victim was sleeping peacefully into an endless sleep. For the victim himself, his final moments would be a living hell. That is the true nature of this deadly curare poison. The courtroom was fucking silent, goddamn. And you're suggesting that this bottle, Counsel, actually contains this terrifying poison?
Objection!
This is all very convenient, isn't it? Welcome to the Ace Attorney Games Ancestor of Pain. A hitherto unknown poison, which there is no means of testing. What a happy tale for the defense. Judge, don't drink that. Put down the drugs. No, not in your mouth.
If I may.
All these facts. You think you're so clever, but you must be taught... It is you who must be taught. Death is gay. God. Of course. Dear lady.
So, this is how you Japanese behave, is it?
What?
You steal another's honest hard work, and then announce the results as if you discovered them. I'm appalled. What a loathsome act.
Well, Miss Brett, the feeling is mutual.
Whatever do you mean?
Capitalizing on the unfortunate circumstances of an innocent man to frame him for a heinous crime, that really is a loathsome act. Wouldn't you agree?
Objection!
Enough of this! I, for one, refuse to accept it. The idea of some poison that doesn't even exist in the great Empire of Japan is breaking the rules. I've never heard of this mechanic. That's cheating. Is this Ace Attorney with time travel? No. This is not Ace Attorney with time travel. This is just Ace Attorney. This is just Ace Attorney placed in the 1800s. What's so funny?
Oh, excuse me. Your Excellency?
Yes, Miss Brett? These notes.
May I borrow that bottle for a moment, please?
Well, yes, I don't see, why not? She gonna drink it. She gonna drink it. Excellent pour, good sir.
Don't get too big for your boots.
Is she gonna pull a Byakuya? Yup! She definitely fucking is. It tastes terrible and it's not poison. Motherfuckers are everywhere now! They're in the trees! Fuck! Hit that lady, eh?
Don't get too big for your boots, you insignificant little island boys.
Wow! Damn racist.
Sorry? To an Englishwoman such as myself, this whole affair is a farcical comedy. Your little police games and these foolish courtroom antics is laughable, really. But I'm getting bored of it all now. It's time for the games to end. Cheers! What an elegant drink.
Wait, what are you doing?
No sparkle left at all. How appropriate for this shabby affair.
Huh. And everyone's like waiting with bated breath, like, fuck. If she just slumps to the floor.
Goodness. Whatever is the matter? You all look quite stunned.
So, no curare. The bottle was clean. Is that what you're saying?
You look quite incredulous, little boy. But of course, that's the simple truth. Thank you for representing the findings of my research so concisely here in this grand venue. Most kind.
Gah.
Thank you, waiter. No, thank you, waiter. Now then, your Excellency.
Yes, Miss Brett. It's the bottle did not have the poison. We are asserting that this bottle had poison in it and the victim drank it and fucking instantly died. This is the bottle that the victim drank. Apparently, no poison. Apparently, this. Yes, Miss Brett.
I should like to be excused now. I should like to be excused now, please. I think I've given more than enough of my time for the furtherance of friendship between our countries.
Yes, dear lady. We are most gratified with all the assistance you have given. The true Ace Attorney pose of... Everyone thinks it's the objection pose, but no, it's this one. That's how most people feel when they're like, fuck, what evidence do I use? This doesn't make sense. There had to be poison in that bottle. So, how did she swallow a whole glass and live to tell the tale? I don't understand it.
Well, I suppose if nothing else, this little Far Eastern charade will make for an interesting conversation at the next party I attend in London.
There has to have been some poison in that bottle, doesn't there? But there can't have been, because otherwise she would have keeled over dead. Hold on. So, let's entertain the idea here that it has to be inflicted by a wound. Victim was shot. No, he would have instantly. I'm trying to like thoughts are racing in my head. Like, okay, how is this gonna work? How is the victim really gonna die? You know. Come on, Ryunosuke. We have all the clues now. That bottle of water contains no poison. As I thought, there is no poison in that bottle. What? Why, Ryunosuke? Maybe they switched out the bottle. Well, they did say it had to enter through a wound, right? Maybe ingesting does nothing. It would have to enter directly through the bloodstream. Isn't it obvious? If there was poison in there, she'd be dead by now. Sometimes your unadulterated naivety really astounds me. But sometimes it's in need of a good staining, until it's as dark as your uniform in the ways of the world. Oh, is that what this color is supposed to represent? God damn it! I was hoping to go with no penalties. Ugh, this whole trial is poisoned. There has to have been poison in that bottle. Blah 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 blah. Come on, Ryunosuke. We all have the clues now. Bottle of water contains poison, I guess. The culprit did put curare poison in Dr. Wilson's carbonated water. The defense rules that change its position. You're serious?
Objection!
Fool, are you blind? Fool. There's no possible way that the bottle could contain poison. I mean, we just saw Miss Brett drinking the water from it.
That's right. That's right. Which rather complicates your argument, I think.
But I believe that complication can be explained. How exactly? That how was me. I need to think through all the things that they didn't quite add up here by one. If only I could do it in some sort of comic panel format.
I'm sure the answer is in the evidence we have in the court record somewhere. It has to be. Dang it, Grandpa moment. Hold on.
Then I must ask you to support this assertion with evidence. Assertion with evidence. Assertion.
What explains how the witness was able to supposedly poisoned water unscathed? Yo, you got games on your phone? No.
Well, I have Pokemon Go.
The report. The report.
Yes!
The answer to this riddle is right here in Miss Brett's own research report.
Objection!
That's not a valid explanation. No? After all, we don't speak English. That report is utter gibberish. That manga's not good. Why? Because I don't speak Japanese.
That is what you are asserting here.
This impudent young strangler is trying to ridicule the court, Your Excellency. I'm not trying to ridicule anyone, honest. I'm just reading Susato-san's notes.
I concur. This report is too extensive to consider in its entirety by the court. The directed to the pertinent section counsel. Which section of the report reveals the alleged answer to this riddle?
Special characteristics, I think. Oh, hold on. I can actually check. Oh, yes, okay, it is in special characteristics. Sweet. Special characteristics. We've been hearing a lot about this curare poison. And it's left me curious about something.
Oh, counsel?
Well, it sounds as though indigenous hunters have been using this poison for years and years. To lace the heads of arrows they shoot at whatever prey they're hunting.
So we've been led to believe, yes.
And the point of hunting is to catch prey to eat. Get to the point, please. But if they were to use these laced arrows, doesn't that mean there would be a trace of poison left in the prey the hunters were going to eat? Yes, good point. So surely the hunters wouldn't want to eat their prey, would they? Because then they'd be eating poison.
Good gracious, counsel! No, that would be madness!
Madness?
This is an outdated meme!
Kicks the judge. But I actually found the answer to that conundrum in the research paper here. Under special characteristics, it says this. The poison starts to work after entering the body through a wound.
Through a wound, you say? I see, that makes sense.
Yes, the mention of that particular detail seemed a little strange to me, though. But it all makes sense when you interpret what's written like this. When curare enters the body through an open wound, it has terrifying poisonous effects. However, when it enters the body via the mouth, it has no poisonous effects whatsoever. What? Miss Brett, you authored this research. You knew curare's special characteristics. And you knew that you could make a spectacle of drinking that water without any danger to yourself. meddling little...
Oh god, the swan is alive! I thought that swan was stuffed! What did she say? Rapscallion! It's my favorite. You hoodlum, you hoodlum, you rapscallion! You delinquent! You ruffian! Well, Ryunosuke, turns out you're an even better lawyer than I thought you'd be. Really? Me? A lawyer?
Objection!
All this poison talk is fascinating, I'm sure. But I fail to see how it possibly... So the ill-bred little puppy has a new toy to play with. Some facts he read in a book
That you published!
But I'm afraid knowledge doesn't suit you, little boy. It only makes you look silly.
What are you trying to say?
Your schoolboy's logic has a fatal flaw.
Schoolboyish? Flaw?
And as even your brain has managed to deduce, curare is safe to ingest. It seems likely that its effects are neutralized by the acidic nature of the gastric
Sushis? Succus?
Oh, yes. Oh, well, of course. Gastric suckers? What are they? So the lethal poison is completely harmless when drunk. The professor wouldn't have died when he swallowed it, would he?
That's right. Good gracious.
That's basic science. Science that even a schoolboy should be able to understand. No?
Order in the court, order! The logic holds. If the lady and the professor drank the same poison, they would be affected in the same way.
Are you trying to suggest? Yes, this curare poison is completely irrelevant to the case on trial. That's right. Surely even a little cockroach like you could understand something as simple as that. What is this welling up inside me? I've never felt like this before. It's a sort of conviction to break down all the discrepancies. It's so intense, almost rage-like. And more than anything else, it's an animalistic desire to take down my prey.
Objection!
His first objection! Baby's first objection!
I don't think so, Miss Giselle Brett. How dare you use that tone with me? You know very well there's no fatal flaw here. You know exactly why, even though you and the victim swallowed the same poison. You were alive, but Dr. Wilson is dead.
Counsel, I'm sure I don't need to remind you. You must provide compelling evidence. And now that we know the poison is completely harmless when ingested, why would Dr. Wilson have been killed by the curare?
That I haven't figured out yet.
Maybe the bullet was laced with it? But we determined he died before he was shot. That's how the burn happened. Let's read all these. Proof that I am a student at the Imperial Yuma University. I always wear it on the collar of my jacket of my uniform. Death occurred a little after 2 p.m. and was caused by a loss of blood from a gunshot from the chest. The bullet did not pass through the victim's body. I'm thinking that's what I have to present now, but photographic print that shows the victim. He was shot from the front of the chest and subsequently died. Sketch of the restaurant's layout. On the front it stated Hosonaga-san is a police inspector. A bottle of carbonated water and a steak lunch can be seen on the victim's table. Record of dental work. On the day of the murder, the victim had undergone dental treatment, but it had been prohibited from eating or drinking anything but water. Photograph taken by Hosonaga-san after the incident occurred. It shows Mr. Brett's handbag on a chair by the victim's table. I'm thinking it's this. That's the only thing I can think of because the bullet didn't pass through the body, but we've already established that he was dead before he was shot. It would have had to have entered through a wound. I'm gonna go with this. Now with the postmortem report, please.
Take that!
Never mind. I'm sorry, Counsel, but the slipshod manner in which you tossed that evidence before the court does not inspire confidence. Huh? Listen, Ryunosuke. There's no need to overthink this. You know that Kirai is only coming to play by a wound, right? So that can only mean that when Dr. Wilson drank his glass of water... Oh my fuck! He was... The dental records! He had dental work! He still had an open wound, technically! Fuck, I'm an idiot! So we need some evidence that the wound... Okay, inside his mouth. Got it. Okay. Fucking... Duh. Yes. Compelling evidence. Hold on. Judge, we know. We have this now, Judge.
Take that!
As Miss Brett so readily pointed out, she drank the same water as the professor. However, there was a fundamental and fatal difference between the two diners. A fatal difference? The toxic effects of Kirara are only felt when the poison enters through the body and through an open wound. Bugs. So for a healthy person with no injuries, drinking it is completely harmless. But what if there was a wound inside the mouth of the person drinking the poisoned water? Inside? Yes, like the wound you might have if you had just been to the dentist and had a tooth extracted, for example. Miss Brett, you acknowledged many times in your testimony already that you were well aware of Dr. Wilson's dental appointment that day. So that's it. You used the knowledge to orchestrate this. Is she? Break down. Break down. Break it down now, y'all. Cha-cha, real smooth. Turn around. I don't like to repeat myself, but honestly I can't resist. These childish courtroom games and your half-baked arguments are so puerile. What do you mean? Don't worry, little schoolboy. You'll find out soon enough.
You see, when you leave a vital evidence lying around, you never know what might happen to it. No. I mean, it could just slip.
She's threatening to destroy evidence in a courtroom.
Oh dear, how careless of me. I'm afraid some crucial evidence might have just been tragically destroyed.
No! What is it? What just happened? Is the English woman... She just smashed the bottle. And in the Supreme Court, what a terrible blunder. Officer, what are you waiting for? Collect up as much of the water from that broken bottle as possible at once!
You're wasting your time. Delightful carpet under my feet, he was a gift from the British Empire. I assure you, it will soak up the water beautifully. You have neither the technology nor the presence of mind to recover it.
How could you? You won't get away with this!
You can thump the bench and shout as much as you like, little boy. But I'm afraid we'll never know now, will we? If there really was poison in the bottle or not. And let us not forget, we still have some very compelling evidence left intact. Isn't that right, counsel for the prosecution?
Oh, of course, of course! You're referring to the photographic print, I assume, presume, dear lady.
That's right, and really, looking at this photograph, it is as clear as day, isn't it? The poor professor was sitting with his back to me. So, of course, the only person who could have shot him from the front is the little schoolboy.
Objection!
No, you killed the victim that day, using curare. And then, in order to frame Ryunosuke Naruhodo for your crime, you waited until he picked up the pistol you'd arranged for him to find on the floor, before you shot the professor's dead body in the chest with your own hidden gun. Then, in the confusion that followed, all you had to do was turn the dead professor and his chair around. You see, you had every opportunity to commit this crime.
What a wonderful imagination you have, young man. A hidden gun, you say, and I shot the professor's dead body, did I? Well, I'm terribly sorry, but you don't have a shred of evidence.
Exactly. And as you have nothing to support your wild claims, the prosecution's stance remains unchanged. The victim, Dr. John H. Wilson, was killed by a gunshot to the chest. Delivered in cold blood by the accused Ryunosuke Naruhodo.
This is unbelievable. How can this be happening? We had her, but now... Is she really going to get away with it? The way she destroyed that evidence was obscene. Ryunosuke. Yes? We've come this far, but now you're the only one who can finish it. What? What do you mean? We've lost a vital piece of evidence, it's true. So if there are any clues left for us to use now, they must be in your head. In my head? You told me before that your powers of observation were the one thing you could really depend on. Well, yes, that's true, but I didn't manage to notice that this... Yeah, it's still going. These are long trials. This was a trial that we started in episode 1, which was 5 hours long. 5 hours. So think back again. Try to remember every last detail about the scene that day. Everything you saw, everything you felt, every color, every smell. What I saw? What I felt? Every color?
blood? Is Kazuma right? Somewhere in this vibrant memory of the same scene in my head, could there be another clue to expose the identity of Dr. Wilson's killer? Nah, that's just red paint. There's a clue. Actually, Kazuma, I think I might have something. Thinking back over everything I saw, I think I might have uncovered another clue. No, this is ketchup. With steak? You always have something up your sleeve, don't you, Ryunosuke? Come on then, let's wipe that smile off that Englishwoman's face with some evidence. It's not a slap, it's not a little tap anymore, it's a full-on fucking sound effect, man. Hell yeah. Alright, I can't wait. It's been niggling? What does that mean? It's been niggling me for a while now that something feels amiss in my memories of that day. Whatever it could be the key to arriving at the truth about all of this. It's here somewhere, the clue that shows who. Yes. I know what it is. The blood.
Take that!
Inspector Osunaga, answer me this. Yes, what is it? Ugh, he's still miles away, probably thinking about that bottle being smashed. As you've said a number of times now, you strive for perfecting your investigations, don't you? Absolutely. I wonder, therefore, if you perhaps took anything else from the scene of the crime. Like, for instance, the plate of steak that you took to the victim's table that day. Red P. P does not have that consistency.
Objection!
Wait a minute, where are you going with this? Where are you going with this little boy? Little boy? Boy. It's just a memory that's been troubling me. What memory? I saw the scene as shown in the photograph with my own eyes that day. And I saw on the wooden base of the plate the steak was served on was a spattering of blood. Oh, what? Oh, really? And what of it? Obviously, that must have happened when you shot the professor. No, that can't be the case. Take a good look at the photograph and the relative position of everything here. That plate of steak is almost directly behind the victim. If I'm supposed to have shot Dr. Wilson in the chest from the front, there's no way the blood from the victim could have ended up directly behind him. Ah! Yes. If the blood to have made it onto the plate, it implies the plate was between the victim and the shooter. Which means the shooter must have been sitting opposite the professor, as you were. As you were, Giselle Brett. I beg your pardon?
Objection!
This is beyond ridiculous! Fabricated nonsense! If this court seriously expected to believe something that the accused apparently just remembered seeing?
Hold it!
Hold it. Oh. This This could be the moment that my entire career in the police force has been leading to. Inspector? Inspector, you mean... Yes, I took the plate. The interest of preserving evidence from the scene of the crime. I took it, meat and all, and I don't care if they call me a crime scene thief because of it.
You did what?
I took the steak that you had been eating, Miss Brett. Took the steak that the sergeant had been eating. And I did it all in the name of justice. And we can find out for sure whether or not... Oh, that's just a thing that happens sometimes. He coughs, and he coughs up blood. Jay sent me people, hey. Hello, Bivya. Or Bivya. Biv. I haven't seen you here before. I hope you stick around for the shenanigans. By shenanigans, I mean us getting to the end of case 1. I'm pretty sure this is around the end. Whether or not there's a blood stain on Miss Brett's plate. We must examine it now! Ball. Inspector! The court wishes to examine the plate for the victim's table immediately. Yes, sir! Sorry for the delay. Here is what you ordered. The steak. Well, what about the blood? Is there blood on it? Of course there isn't! Quickly, Inspector, the blood man! Show the court! Of course. Examine the plate at your leisure. Oh, don't do it. Oh god, where's the blood? No. No blood? How long ago was the murder? 3 days ago. No blood anywhere. But no, that's impossible! I know I saw it. I'm sure of it. It was right on the table. The steak seems new. I don't know, man. There's blood on the side of the plate. What an unbecoming expression, little boy. Why is that swan still alive? Why is it perched upon her hat? You see, this is why I always say you can't trust what the Wow! You see, this is why I always say you can't trust what the Japanese tell you. Ugh! Why is there a bird? She's had the swan on her hat the entire time. Only just this episode is a displayed quality of it being alive. I couldn't agree more. And the case of the disgrace to the Empire. God damn, Miyuchi, stop it. I believe we may have finally reached a conclusion in this trial. Not yet! I still have some ace attorneying to do!
Let's hope so. This let's pretend attempt at a courtroom proceedings is painful to watch. But I do promise to do my best to figure out all about it when it's over.
This sorry-looking state reveals the facts all too clearly. If the sorry-looking accused wishes to examine it again, be my guest. Hold on. 1 second. I'm examining it now. I'm doing this now. There's something about it. There's something about it. Something about it. I know there is. What the fuck? Huh? What in the world is this? I think... What is the Koban coin doing here? Why is the This is the sergeant's. This is the sergeant's plate. This is the sergeant's plate. This is not her plate. This is not Brett's plate. This is sergeant's. Fuck yeah. No. No. I don't mean what is it. I mean, what's it doing in it there? Wait. Did you say it was a Hoei Koban? Yeah, and apart from the meat juices, it looks to be in good condition. I imagine it's very valuable. This isn't the first time today there's been a talk of a Hoei Koban. I've heard of pearls before swine, but I've never heard of, bullion to bouillon. God. And I don't think you ever will again. This is extraordinary, though. This means... This is it now. I've lost. Ryunosuke. It's not over yet. Not until the final gavel. Never stop believing in yourself. Keep looking forward, no matter what. Believe in the me who believes in you, Ryunosuke. Believe in myself? Really? Maybe I should at least examine the evidence for myself. Yeah, I've already done it. As the evidence requested by the defense has not been shown to be problematic in any way, presume any further examination of evidence of this trial will be unnecessary. That bloodstain was going to clinch the trial for me. Can this plate of steak reveal any other clues at all? There is another clue! Your Excellency, please wait. This plate of beef is hiding another clue. Another clue that will reveal the shocking truth.
Objection!
The only thing that's shocking here is your unhealthy fascination with beefsteak.
Your Excellency, I think I've made myself clear, haven't I? I will not be able to turn a blind eye to any more unnecessary procrastination in this trial.
I'm sorry, Miss Brett, but we must ensure that a thorough examination of this evidence will not give a ruling until then completely satisfied, with all reasonable doubt has been dispelled.
I see. As a newly affirmed ally of my country, that's still your position, is it?
Thank you, Your Excellency. Counsel for the defense, you will now clearly show the court what you were alluding. I think this bread beefsteak is a new clue to be found. Okay, I should have waited. Because now I have to go through all this dialogue again. Whoops. Whoops. Certainly never expected to find a precious coin under this thick cut of meat. That's from the Hoei era, too. That'd make it really quite valuable. It's well marinated in the juices as well. Look. What are you thinking? What? Are you thinking of eating it? No, but the next time I order a steak in an expensive restaurant, one thing's for sure. My heart's going to be racing as I lift up the meat and peer underneath for a price. I think you might have the wrong stick about this, Ryunosuke. The Koban coin under the steak. There's only one logical explanation. The emblem on the side of this plate. Is it a cat? It's a cow, obviously. Most likely because the restaurant's signature dish is a beefsteak. It seems a lot of different restaurants have their own unique tableware. So this is the symbol of La Carnival, isn't it? Oh, okay, what else am I supposed to... Oh, well, hold on, I just need to examine the coin again then, right? Oh, wait, hold on! There was probably a present button, huh? Yes, there was.
Got it!
Good gracious, that's... A Koban? What on earth? A Hoeyera one, that. Miss Brett, this is in fact the beefsteak that you ordered in the restaurant on the day in question, isn't it? Is it? Tell me, why is there an old coin seemingly hidden underneath the meat?
Shut up!
What a ridiculous question. How should I know? I've never seen that thing before in my life. I don't know what this is, but I want no part of it.
Objection!
I fail to see how this is relevant. A coin under the meat? It could simply have been a careless mistake by the chef in the moment of distraction. It's a fucking ancient coin, my man!
Objection!
A rare Hoei Koban just happens to be hidden underneath that piece of steak? If this turns out to be relevant to the case, I'll rip out my ticket to Great Britain right now. He's right. It can't be a coincidence. A coin incidence. Your Excellency. Yes, Counsel? A rare Hoei Koban just happens to be hidden underneath this piece of steak. If it turns out to be relevant to the case. Shut up, sup you rat bastard. I wanted to say hi before I gotta go. Errands to run as usual. Give it a good stream, my dude. Thank you, Chris. I hope you do good on your errands. I hope your errands get done in a timely manner. I'll give up my lawyer job right now.
Objection!
By all means, don't let us stop you. No one invited you anyway.
Shut up!
Perhaps, little boy, you should realize that it's you who is irrelevant.
Even though I'm the one on trial here. The point is, it's essential that we ask the owner of this coin if he can explain what it's doing under the steak. Love you too, Chris. That was Chitty Heart. Better one. Better heart. The owner? Yes, it's obvious. There's only one person it can belong to. The owner of this Koban that was found underneath this beefsteak is... Curio... I just got his name. I just got his pun name. Fuck. He owns a curio shop and his name is Curio. Fuck this game. Ayesa Nosa is also kind of a pun, because yes sir, no sir. Yes, Nosa. God damn it. God, it's Curio.
Take that!
Obviously, it can only be the antiques dealer of the owner of Rasute, Curio Korekuta-san.
Curie, as in Mr. Cucumber something? Honestly, these ridiculous Japanese names are quite unfathomable.
Giselle is a pretty unfathomable name as well. Bitch. Ah, yes. The old man who testified earlier alongside the military sergeant, correct? Yes, Your Excellency. I remember him saying that he was up to something with the Koban coin when it happened. At exactly the moment the gun was fired. The gunshot interested me not. I was far too busy on the floor. Too busy on the floor? Sorry, what were you doing? Hunting for treasure. Indeed, the Hoeyera Koban, my prized coin.
Then this Hoya Koban. Do you mean to tell me?
Objection!
No, please, why would Kore Kuta-san's Koban be sandwiched between the victim's beefsteak and its plate? It makes no sense!
Yes!
Which is why I'm asking to bring Kore Kuta-san back to the witness stand, so we can ask him. Oh my god! Hold on, it will be right back. I'm not gonna put you guys in intermission, this is gonna be quick. I'm gonna go get a snack and pee. So I'll be right back, just gonna turn off my my webcam and my mic, and I'll be right back, okay?
Hello. We're back. I have snack and drink. More drink. Officer, bring both witnesses that testified earlier back in here. Without a moment's delay.
Can't believe we've come back around that pair again. I have a hunch. A strong hunch. Now, if we chase down this real significance of this Koban, we'll find that it's a key element in this case.
What's all this about? Why have I been called up again? Don't you realize it's dinner time for my little baby Ido? And my son's belly is empty, he's fiercer than a pack of wolves. Exploited by the police we were, like miserable dogs, forced to bear false witness. And when cast from the courtroom myself, I became a ruined man in a trice. A worthless, withered antique. Nothing more have I to say. The sun has set on this Rasute shop owner's existence, which is why I have this knife. Please do not talk about ending your existence and then having a knife in your hand, sir. Be that as it may, Corey.
Why does he have a fucking knife? He is an antique salesman, so he just has antiques on him. I guess that knife is an antique.
Be that as it may, Corey Kuta-san. Something has come to light that requires your clarification. As far as your Rasute memory serves, may...
Wow! That's... Yes!
Oh my god, the knife is in the boot!
That's it, that's the one, the very one! The very exact one that is!
The resplendent, splendiferous Hoey treasure that my rusty bones have managed to misplace that fateful day.
It can't be. As I thought.
Young man, enlighten this decrepit old fool. Put me out of my misery. Where was my treasure? Where was it dropped?
Oh, I'm not sure if it was dropped anywhere. We found your coin sandwiched between a beefsteak and its plate, soaking in the seasoned meat's juices.
Sandwiched? Soaking? Seriously?
Clearly, it couldn't have fallen there by accident. Which means somebody must have hidden it there on purpose.
Somebody concealed my Hoey treasure between a slab of meat and a metal plate? Who would do such a thing? Such an unconscionable thing? Hold on, I was just looking at chat. Is that a fucking bomb?
What, the coin? No.
Shh.
Excuse me. Could I say something? Yes, of course.
Proceed, Inspector Uzanaga.
I mentioned this earlier on in the trial, but I was working undercover in the restaurant in order to investigate another case.
Ah, yes, that's right. The secret undercover operation.
Le Carnaval is a high-class Western cuisine restaurant. It attracts wealthy diners, including many foreigners. Recently, there have been a run of similarly executed thefts targeting the restaurant's rich clientele.
A number of such incidents have been reported to the police bureau. Wicked crimes indeed. We wanted to nip the case in the bud quickly, especially with so many foreigners being affected. So that's why you were sent in undercover, is it? Yes, I took on the job of waiter in the restaurant in order to flush out the criminal. It seems likely that this Koban incident is the work of the same thief. Master thief. This was already the scene of several crimes, it seems. I don't know about the master thief part, but the identity of the person who stole and hid the Korei-Kuta-san's Koban is all too clear. What? What? I think the court would like to hear the defense's view on the matter. In other words, what? Tell us, who is the despicable scoundrel that stole Korei-Kuta-san's? Yasunosa.
Take that!
Obviously, it only can be only you, Sergeant Yasunosa. What? How? How dare you? You monster! Monster? I stole that Koban, did I? I'm the master thief of La Carnival, am I? You seriously accusing me of these crimes, cadet? But it wasn't me. It was I. The baby? Ido is the mastermind behind it. You would push the blame for your crimes onto your own son and an innocent little baby? It's you who's the monster, Sergeant Nosa! Clippity clop, clippity clop, clippity clop. What the fuck is happening? What? What the fuck? What the fuck is happening? Nippon Imperial Army Sergeant Yasunosa preparing to stand down in the Supreme Court, sir. What the fuck just happened? Do any of you know the extraordinary low wages of the Nippon Imperial Army pays those it expects to keep our country safe? I understand that the temporary increase in taxation knowing the recently ended conflicts remains in place. But I've heard it's hard for lower-ranking soldiers to make a living, yes. All I want is to put a hot meal on the table for my son. That's why you were stealing things at the restaurant? The place is heaving with money. Every 3 days, I'd go there and do some reconnaissance for a target. And I enjoy chopping my way through a good steak at the same time. It sounds like he doesn't bother with a knife and fork even, which is worryingly believable. And your target that day was this old man in his Koban? Yes, sir. He was an easy mark. I slipped the coin into my pocket without any trouble at all. A veritable phantom thief you are. You'll never see it coming. Oh no. The last surprise. I was all set to leave the steakhouse halfway through devouring when it happened. Bang. Yes, and when the professor was shot. Person 5. knew if that the police conducted a search and found the coin in my pocket, I'd be finished. I do too. So I hid the incriminating evidence as fast as I could on the double. I slipped under the stake, hoping that I'd be able to rendezvous with again at a later date. Koriku just gonna fucking kill him. A lot of ellipses going on. This is ridiculous.
Perhaps you could carry on with this absurd prattling in your own time.
Well, Miss Brett.
Oh, of course, dear lady, of course. How rude of us.
Oh, this is the bisexual human specimen. Very sexy, by the way. Thank you.
The esteemed gentleman, please be excused, Your Excellency.
Indeed, I am doing fine, Matata. I'm doing very fine. I wish this trial would end, though. Goddamn. The theft of the Koban was clearly perpetrated by this baby-saddled sergeant. It certainly appeared to be unrelated to Dr. Wilson's murder.
Of course it is. Hiding a coin under a...
Batata is a 196 stand. Yes, they are.
The sheer nonsense of such an idea astounds me. Nonsense, is it?
Well...
As for picking up your steak and biting into it without using a knife and fork, it is beyond nonsense. It's pure madness.
Very well, now that all questions concerning the witness's testimony have been answered, I see no further justification for detaining her. Miss Brett, you are free to leave.
Thank you, Your Excellency.
God damn it. Hold on. Let me get all prepared here. Bruh, like what, dude? Like, timer starts like now, bro. Thank you, Your Excellency. Oh, good luck, everyone. Yo, curtsy, my dude, and good day. Oh, bro, I just had a wicked idea. Ryunosuke, what's the matter with you? It's no time for daydreaming, bro. Oh, no, it's just something about Miss Brett's parting words there got me thinking, bro. Totally gnarly thought, dude. Wicked. I can't quite work out what exactly, but something she said just jarred me, bro. Just rattled my bones, dude. Just totally shocked my joints, which is not a California expression, my dude. Not at all, bro. I feel like there was a contradiction in there somewhere, something that didn't quite add up. If that's the case, don't just stand there thinking. Make your voice heard, bro. Sorry? You can think later, but if you don't call it out now, it'll be too late. Trial will be over, dude.
Hold it!
Hey, yo, bro, Jay, come on. You don't gotta call me out like that, dude. I mean, everyone, like, knows, but, like, I don't feel like call me out like that, dude. Wait, Miss Brett. What is it now, dude? I'm afraid just one last time. There's something I'd like to, ask you. And he's, like, 25. You know, like, blue hair, like, dirty blonde, blue hair, blue eyes. Dismiss, please, thank you. Oh god. Hold on. There we go. Perfect. I'd like to explain the contradiction in your parting words from just a moment ago.
What are you talking about? What contradiction?
Objection!
What new student nonsense is this? It streams on Twitch. Well, what parting words are you talking about, Ryunosuke?
Hiding a coin under a lump of meat. The sheer nonsense of such an idea astounds me. And as for picking up your steak and biting into it with using a knife and fork, it's beyond nonsense, pure madness.
Right. I don't know. She's refused to show her eyes the entire trial. It is in the crime scene photograph, because there's a knife and a fork there.
Take that!
The photographic print of the scene, taken immediately after the incident occurred. Well, yeah, she murdered a dude. Like, there's no question about that anymore. She murdered someone. She moided him.
What's interesting is the plate of steak that you can see on the victim's table.
The steak that Miss Brett had been eating before the professor was killed, yes. Go on.
More accurately, Your Excellency, the steak that was on the victim's table just before the professor was killed.
Now you're just splitting hairs. I think she's the imposter. That's what we're really trying to figure out, really. We'll put it down to basics.
Not true. Does something about the steak strike you as very unnatural?
Unnatural? What on earth do you mean?
It's extremely obvious. I'm talking about the shape of the edge where it's been eaten. I see you've noticed it too, Miss Brett.
Notice what exactly, Counsel?
Just a few moments ago, Miss Brett claimed no Englishman could ever contemplate picking up a steak and biting into it without using a knife and fork.
Of course she did. She's a refined English gentlewoman herself.
Then take a good look at that steak, in particular the edge where it's been eaten. As you can see, there are clearly defined barbaric teeth marks there.
Oh!
Looks like Miss Brett has realized something. So, if the witness, as she claimed, wouldn't contemplate eating anything without using a knife and fork, there shouldn't be any teeth marks in the steak at all.
Objection!
But what is your actual point? Perhaps the delightful Miss Brett was ravenously hungry.
Shut up!
Oh, whatever you say, dear lady. As I said, I really must be leaving now. Afternoon tea with the Minister of Justice cannot be possibly wait any longer. Of course. This will all be over in a blink of an eye. Rest assured, I'm about to put this rookie in its place. Let's leave everything to... I've heard enough! You irritating little spectacled samurai relic! Of course, dear lady. What's the matter, Miss Brett? Have you ruffled your feathers? Clearly, the witness knows what this means. She's realized the catastrophic implications these teeth marks on the steak have for her. Ryunosuke, do you know where you're going with this?
I know exactly where we're going with this.
Yes. Now at last, it's all come together. The mysterious teeth marks in the steak that had allegedly been eaten with cutlery. The reason why the bloodstain I know I saw somehow seemed to have disappeared.
And most importantly, the evidence that proves once and for all who shot Dr. Wilson that day. I accept these teeth marks on the stake are a little unnatural, as you put it, Counsel. But what exactly are you suggesting that tells us? Everything, Your Excellency. Everything? Yes. I believe these barbaric teeth marks in the stake here amount to conclusive evidence in this case. Evidence that will prove beyond a doubt who shot Dr. Wilson.
Shut up!
Conclusive evidence? How many times have I heard that today? You wouldn't know the meaning of the praise. Typical Japanese empty threats.
How can you be so sure?
Oh, it's quite simple. If you really had such conclusive evidence, you would have presented it to court long ago.
Actually, the evidence I'm talking about hasn't been brought before the court yet.
It hasn't been... what?
Such a sussy baka.
Baka?
I don't even like you, baka.
But just because it hasn't been shown yet, doesn't mean the evidence does not exist.
Objection!
That is absurd. The trial runs several hours already. Are you saying there's evidence that yet to be brought forward? There can't be. I don't believe you have it.
Objection!
I don't. But there's someone who does have it. Someone in this very courtroom. And if that person is willing to submit that piece of evidence I'm referring to, it will solve every remaining mystery about this case.
Very well, I have a feeling this will be your last request of the defense of this trial. Who possesses the conclusive evidence?
It's the fucking waiter.
Take that!
Yes. You think I've been withholding conclusive evidence?
That's ridiculous.
No, I'm not saying that. Everyone's attention has been focused on the stake with the teeth marks.
Yes.
Now, earlier this afternoon, Sergeant Nosa told the court the following. I'd enjoy chomping my way through a good steak. And as well as admitting he stole Korokuta-san's coin, he told us that he slipped it under the steak.
You watch it, Cadet. I'm a superior officer.
Sergeant Nosa, could you please confirm something for me? Was the stake you put the coin under, in fact, your own stake?
Attention! Affirmative, of course. I might be a soldier in the Imperial Nippon Army, but still. I'm not brave enough to ask a foreign gentle lady if she'd mind manhandling her meal to hide something in it.
In other words, the stake that the detective submitted as evidence earlier was in fact Sergeant Nosa's meal.
Objection!
But that makes no sense! The plate was taken from the victim's table.
Objection!
Yes, the gentlewoman doesn't take bites out of her steak, nor does she have any opportunity to steal the coin. Of course I didn't steal it. To even suggest a thing would be an affront to the entire British Empire.
Well, then how do you explain this paradox?
Exactly. Sure you're not going to suggest that the sergeant switched the two steaks over.
Oh, fuck. Oh, no. Nosa's like, oh, God, they found me out.
You did switch the plates?
Well, after it happened, bang! When I saw the civilian had been murdered right in front of my eyes like that, I panicked. As I said, I immediately lifted my stake and hid the coin underneath it. But then when the waiter announced he was an undercover policeman, I thought I'd had it. If he decided to investigate my slab of meat, that'd be it. I'll be giving my marching orders. So when the cadet here was arrested and taken off to the kitchen, I seized my chance. He's a little sus. With military precision and timing, I switched my steak with the one on the foreign lady's table.
What? You can't have. I never saw you do such a thing.
It was called Operation Lightning Bolt. There's no time for strategic planning. It was do or die, I tell you. So yes, I did what had to be done. However, fear not, Prosecutor-san. What now? What now? Throw on the brass button in my uniform. That is all I did, sir.
All you did? That's plenty, Sergeant!
Yes!
So, if Sergeant knows that with the plate's over, it means he took Miss Brett's steak, and the plate it was, back to his own table.
Yes, that follows. Or as the kids say, that tracks.
Inspector Hosonaga. Yes? Earlier in the trial, you told the court this. You said that you had not only taken Miss Brett's steak after the incident, but also the sergeant's. Time to preserve evidence. That to preserve evidence, you had taken both. Thunderstorms. That's correct. Then please present it at the court now. The plate that was actually on the victim's table at the precise moment he was shot. Yes! There's the cornered theme. There it is. What can that possibly tell us now? I mean, a cold slab of tough meat. It can't have the slightest bearing on this case.
Objection!
No, you're not wriggling your way out of this time, lady. I beg your pardon? Surely you're not that forgetful. Surely you remember the reason why this steak pan promises to prove such a problem for you, no? You're the one who decided it's a problem, not me. The reason the defense asked to see that plate was to confirm something the defendant remembers seeing. Thinks he remembers? I'm quite sure of what I saw, Miss Brett. On the side of the plate was on the table directly behind Dr. Wilson. There was a clear splattering of blood from the gunshot wound to the victim's chest. I believe the defendant's memory serves him well. And now we have the evidence to prove it. The plate you were eating from, Miss Brett.
Let us not prolong this any further. Inspector, you will show the evidence to the court. Present the beef steak and the plate that was originally on the victim's table at the time of the incident.
Miss Brett, more like Miss Brett. Brit. Yeah. There it is.
Yes!
It can't be. In fact, there's only one person who could possibly shot Dr. Wilson from the front. I'm sure everyone knows by now who that person is.
It's you! This one is now dead. I thought it was before, but it is now dead.
Outdone by a Japanese. Me, by a Japanese schoolboy. No. No. No!
Ah! Ah! Chicks! Why are chicks? What? What is happening? This is the most explosive fucking... What? She has died. What the fuck?
Please excuse my little outburst. I briefly lost my composure. Most unbecoming behavior for an English gentlewoman. Forgive me.
Well, Miss Brett, I think it's time you told the court what actually happened that day. The truth this time.
Gladly, Your Excellency. It was I who took the professor's life, using curare. As you surmised, I chose that particular day for one very important reason. The professor had a dental appointment for the extraction of one of his teeth in the morning.
So you planned to kill the professor, knowing that no trace of poison would be found in his water. Because curare is unheard of here in Japan.
Yes. Of course, I never intended to remain at the restaurant for as long as I did. I only needed to see the professor take one tiny sip of his water, and it would all be over. I would place the steak I had just ordered in front of him, make it appear as though he had been dining alone, and leave immediately. However, before any of that happened, there was an unexpected visitor at the professor's table. That would be me, I suppose. Yes, you. Who else? Such a trifling matter, but the fact that you decided to come over to greet the professor meant that I had lost my chance to slip away unnoticed. In due course, the professor took a sip of his water and was paralyzed. I made sure he was sitting in his chair such as he wouldn't fall. There was no going back at that point. So I concocted a plan on the spur of the moment.
Planned to pin Dr. Wilson's murder on this innocent man.
I happened to know that the professor always carried a gun. I decided to use that fact to my advantage. I had the bottle of curare in my handbag, and my own pistol concealed under my skirt.
Under your skirt? So I was right. There were two guns. It's a good thing. I always carry two guns.
Yes. And then I finished my coffee and got up to leave.
That's when I noticed the professor's gun, which you had presumably placed on the floor without anyone noticing, apparently. Pussy gun. No, probably just on the thigh. On her thunder thighs.
And everything went according to plan. You noticed the gun as I'd intended. And then, just as you bent down to pick it up, that's when you shot the professor with your own gun. Even though at that point, he was already dead. Naturally, the gunshot caused a commotion, at which point the waiter appeared. Obviously, I assumed Naruhodo-san was the culprit and apprehended him. I took him to the pantry that joins the kitchen and locked him inside. That's when I took the opportunity to turn the professor and his chair around. Because of course, we need to make it look like the defendant had shot Dr. Wilson when he picked up the gun. So there you have it. That's the entirety of my misdemeanor. More than a misdemeanor, it was fucking murder. Your Excellency.
Yes?
I wonder. Might I speak with you in private later?
I shall call on you.
Thank you. Good day then, everyone. I hope you can forgive me, Naruhodo-san.
I mean, you framed me for murder, so... And then she disappeared. Poof! A puff of smoke. Smoke bomb! Poof. It would seem this trial has finally run its course. I presume the prosecution is in agreement?
This can't be. Takatsuchi Eiuchi does not lose.
Holy shit, she was dead the whole time.
Not to the likes of this rookie student.
You'd better start getting used to tough opposition.
Ryunosuke Naruhodo. What? Yes? This insult to Eiuchi family name will never be forgotten.
You've been conceited with age, Council. But the old have to stand aside and make way for the new. It's the way of the world. May you never forget that. And then he kills him. The 1,000 millennia may pass, and still the Eiuchi clan will never measure up to the Naruhodo clan. Yup! Well, not millennia, a couple centuries, but... Yup! Why does he have a sword? No one knows. This trial in the Supreme Court of Japan will, I believe, go down in history as a start of a new chapter. Store wars in our country's judicial system. Despite being summoned as the accused, you, Ryunosuke Naruhodo, presented an excellent case. Blackquill didn't need a sword to do that. True. Also, hi babe, how are you doing? This fine morning.
Thank you, Your Excellency.
The use of evidence and deduction to unravel the truth is a modern methodology. After all, it has only been a few short decades since our country opened its doors to the wider world. But the Western ideas of science are rapidly gaining acceptance here. I feel sure that science will soon bring new methods of investigation, new procedures of justice. A new future of law awaits. But what will it look like? I cannot begin to imagine. This is for the young to pursue. Kazuma Esogi.
Yes?
After this trial, you are set to embark on a journey of discovery to the illustrious British Empire. Learn all you can. Absorb everything of the wider world that you are able to. And do not forget to fulfill the mission imposed upon you. Mission?
I understand, Your Excellency. What was that about? Why do you look so grave all of a sudden?
Well, yes, that's the point, Jay.
Ah, never mind.
As for you, Ryunosuke Naruhodo,
Oh, yes?
in you I sense, how can I put it, unusual potential. Not much to look forward to see. Very much look forward to see how you carry that onwards.
Thank you, Your Excellency.
It is time to deliver the final verdict. I hereby find the defendant Ryunosuke Naruhodo not guilty.
Boom, baby! Instead of confetti, it's fucking...
Have I watched Midsommar? No, I have not. I want to, but I have not. The court is now adjourned. Bang, 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 bang. Fucking hell.
I can't believe it. I can't believe what's happened. I made it. I defended myself and made it through that horrendous trial.
Ryunosuke,
You finally pulled it off. Congratulations. Well, I couldn't have done it without you. Thank you, Kazuma.
no. It was a pleasure to watch you at work.
So, you owe me an extra large sukiyaki from the place on Yuma University. Yuma University Street. Don't forget. It's good, but you need to ready yourself before watching it.
I am very desensitized to horror. Very desensitized to horror. I've watched horror movies for a good while. Played horror games for a good while. Watched horror anime. Okay, it's her.
Congratulations to the both of you for proving Naruhodo-san's innocence.
Oh, it's not scary. But is it in a horror movie?
It's just intense. Oh, okay.
Again, I... Very desensitized.
Our trusty judicial assistant.
You worked hard for that result too, you know.
Oh, no, I didn't do anything.
Thank you so much!
If we hadn't had that research report of Miss Brett's, I don't know how things would have turned out. Your kind words should really be from my father. I was simply doing as he asked. It was his idea for me to go to the university and investigate. Your father? Ah, yes, of course. Forgive me for intruding on court proceedings, Your Excellency. Susato Mikitoba, judicial assistant to the defense.
Speaking of Mikitoba... Ah, there you are. I believe congratulations are in order. Naruhodo, you did an excellent job.
Thank you, Professor.
No, I think it is I who should be thanking you. After all, your efforts exposed the true colonel that took the life of my good friend. Big man Nauga.
Good friend? Oh, yes, you mentioned that before. It was you who actually invited Dr. Wilson to Yuma University, wasn't it?
It's just the mustache and the gray hair. Think, Naruhodo-san, think! Yes, that's right.
Professor Mikitoba studied overseas himself. He went to study forensic medicine in Great Britain. Presumably, that's when you met Dr. Wilson.
Exactly. In those days, we worked together in the same hospital. Oh, you work together? Why is this building windy? I don't know! I don't know how why is there such a draft in this building? Fucking tornado force winds. Fucking Cosmos headband's going crazy. Well, it's a long time ago now. Besides, it's your turn, Sophie. Great Britain is a magnificent country that leads the world. In science, medicine, engineering, culture, and of course, in law. Watch and learn, my boy. See what's happening in the world's largest melting pot. I will. I'll learn all that I can. I swear on this. The spirit of the Asogi clan. You're not taking that sword to Great Britain, are you? Of course I am. The Japanese man's katana is his soul. The blade shows me where I need to go. And cuts down anything that stands in my way. Kazuma. Why do you have that? Anyway. Yes, I've definitely seen how sharp it is already with my own eyes. That reminds me, what's happened to the woman? To Giselle Brett, I mean. After all, she's guilty of murder. Ah, yes, her. It's not easy to tell you this, but... What do you mean? She's surely got to face trial herself now. She's the true culprit after all. She will be leaving Japan in the very near future. For Shanghai? She's escaping justice? Excusez-moi? Bro. Bruh. What? Shanghai? Giselle Brett will not appear in court again in this country. I'm certain of that. What? But why not? It's a matter of consular jurisdiction. Who is that? Ah! Inspector Hosonaga! It was a hard-fought battle in the courtroom today. Very impressive to watch. I must congratulate... But what's all this about consular jurisdiction? We cannot try this particular foreigner for her crimes here in Japan. What? We can't try her? But then who's gonna bring her to justice? The British consular court will hear her case, somewhere far away, where our voices can't be heard. Why a consular court? Professor, I simply don't understand. I thought consular courts were a thing of the past now that we've signed the friendship treaty. Yes, in normal circumstances, you're right. Then, so long as this is not a serious incident of highly political nature to our respective governments, they can't invoke a consular court just like that. Oh, can't they? Yes, she's a student, but it doesn't justify our governments making secret arrangements about her fate, does it? Something strange is going on. So Miss Brett can't be held accountable for her actions here in Japan. I'm afraid that for the young student, today's trial was nothing more than a game all along. There was never any danger of comeuppance for her. I don't believe it. The British government's Foreign Affairs Ministry has demanded that we hand over the custody of Miss Brett. They're obviously taking this case of foreign student committing murder very seriously. It's all going to change from now on. We can make it change. This is time of great turmoil. A new era heralded by the start of the 20th century. One day, I have no doubt, that woman will receive the judgment she deserves. Yes, change is coming. and we're the ones driving it. Well, I think that's enough seriousness for now. This evening calls for a celebratory drink.
But, Professor...
You're right. There's no time for gloomy faces. We should be celebrating Ryunosuke's not guilty verdict. Let's start having some fun. In that case, might I suggest La Carnival? As the head waiter, I should be delighted to provide you with ample food and drink. You're a detective, Osunaga-san, aren't you? Let's not worry about details for now. To La Carnival! Will you accompany us, Professor? Of course. La Carnival's food is second to none.
I shall go and attend the paperwork for Naruhodo-san's release. Oh, yes, thank you.
Such a sale Brett won't be tried here. I suppose this means I'll never know. I'll never find out why she killed Dr. Wilson. Kazuma. Yes, Ryunosuke? I just wanted to say thanks again. That's all. You saved my skin. You really saved my skin today. I didn't do a thing. You were the lawyer in there, weren't you? The defense was all your own work. Your skills made the difference, though. One day I bet you'll be the best lawyer in the world. I'm not so sure about that. Huh? Hold on. Oh, mouse cursor. There it is. Alright, think that should be loud enough. I couldn't help but thinking that maybe you're the one that would become a great lawyer, not me. What? Come on, be serious. If I helped you today, it was only right at the very start of the trial. But you have a natural talent for it. For being a defense lawyer, I mean. Oh, no, not me. All that tense verbal combat? I never want to go through all that again. I just did what you told me to, that's all. But because I knew I could trust you. That's the point. Sorry? What do you mean that's the point? Listen, Ryunosuke. Do you know what the most crucial weapon is that any lawyer needs to win? Knowledge of the law? No. The ability to believe. To believe? Just gotta believe! Chop, chop, Master Onion. Put the eggs into the bowl. Step on the brakes. To believe? To believe what? A defense lawyer has to fight for his clients. He has to believe in them at all times. Had to face my mic a little bit closer to my mouth because it is barely picking up things now for some odd reason. Come on, you should not be that quiet. I think this will be fine, hopefully. Let's take a look. Thank you. Had it for a few days now. I think it's really growing on me. You get it? His hair, it's growing. Anyway, like when you believed in me when I said I didn't do it. I'm human, just like you. I don't have some superhuman ability to know the truth. But you have to make a choice about what to believe in and and to stick to it when you're defending someone. looking fancy. Do not call me father. Please do not call me father. Sometimes in the courtroom you can really be backed into a corner. But being able to remain faithful to what you choose to believe in, even then, well, that's not something anyone can do. It takes a special kind of person. Believing in your client. Believing in your client. Just look at today's trial. I'm a student lawyer with precious little real experience, but you never stop believing in me. Well, you faced seemingly hopeless situations time and time again. You never stopped looking for the truth. And in the end, you found it. Through your own efforts. Because you never stopped believing in me. Thanks, Kazuma. There's something I want to ask you, actually, Ryunosuke. Well, it's a favor, really. Something very important to me. It sounds serious. What is... Ah, you are still here, are you? Oh, Inspector Hosonaga. I've arranged for some rickshaws for us. Some rickshaws? Let's go. Thank you. We'll be right there. Pick up this conversation again later. We should be celebrating right now. The first court victory. And your study tour to Great Britain, don't forget. Ah, yes. That too. So my very first trial came to an end. Kazuma. Professor Mikitoba. Susato-san, who acted as my assistant. Inspector Hosonaga, who didn't really play much of a part, but still. Just kind of like, and Professor Hosonaga, and Inspector Hosonaga, who was like there, I guess. Hold on, just. All right. But more importantly, Kazuma hadn't yet managed to ask his favor of me. Little did I realize just how much it would change my life. And awarded. Save my current progress. Yes, please. The Adventure of the Unbreakable Spectacled Band. The fuck? Okay, sure. The Hound of the Baskervilles? You can take the title of a Sherlock Holmes story, but you cannot take his name? Whatever. Whatever. God. The Adventure of the Unbreakable Spectacled Band.
In a
corner of that small, dark room, Sholmes and I waited with
Sholmes.
bated breath. In time, there came from the ventilator a hiss and a soft, almost growl-like sound. Suddenly, Sholmes sprang into action.
Oh, the
lashing
audio's fine,
furiously
right?
with
You
his
can
cane and
hear it
pointing
all
the
on that?
darkness. "You see it, Wilson?" he yelled, his tense
Wilson!
voice reverberating through the air. I raised my dark lantern's shutter, and the room slowly
Okay,
came
cool.
into view. Sholmes was staring intently at one particular corner when he started whispering to me.
Sholmes and
The
Wilson.
victim's most perplexing final words. The speckled band. I believe this is the terrible coil to which you referred, Wilson. In front of us was an enormous adder, its fangs bared as it threatened to strike. It truly was the most terrible speckled band I had ever seen.
It truly was the most terrible speckled band I'd ever seen.
So then, let us unravel this mystery and discover what events led to this curious murder. Pray, do excuse me. The cabin door was bolted from the inside when the man was killed. No marks to suggest the bolt was tampered with in any way. So, this would appear to be a locked room mystery. In his final moments, the victim
Anime.
saw a message on the floor. Almost certainly with the ink from this upset bottle. A Russian word. So the victim was a Russian man then. And the letters are well formed, suggesting he was compos mentis at the time. This
What?
is a most extraordinary script. And
It's like Person 5.
not penned by the same hand as this message. In fact, I deduce it was written by someone of a different nationality.